refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm out here in sunny Dubai. With me I've got Will Jones. Will, first and foremost, you too, my man. How are you enjoying the sunshine?
I'm really enjoying it. It's a good week in Dubai. Can't complain. It's been rain at home, so yeah, it's been a good week. It's good seeing you as well, mate.
Likewise, brother. Talking about obviously that press conference there. You're quite a quiet, subdued man in that sense. Like you don't you let your fighters do their talking in the ring? But Harley Ben and Faisal Anwar, man, they didn't hold back up there.
No, yeah, listen, Harley's a very open person. Like I try to calm him down. You've seen how I've been with Ohara. Like I tell Ohara to retain himself and save it for the fight, and that's how we've been. But listen, Harley's his own person. He got a bit fiery up there. It's not a bit of me, but they said what they had to say.
What can we expect tomorrow night? And if that press conference is anything to go by, we should be in for a fun fight.
We should be. I think it'll be a very standoff fight. Listen, they're all bark at the moment. Both boys are. But listen, when he gets in there, they'll be very standoffish, feeling each other out for a little while. I think the winner whoever finds the other person's rhythm and how they counter first, that's who gets the fight.
What's the difference then? What's going to be the major difference in this fight? Obviously, Harley's made out about his power, and Anwar doesn't have that. He doesn't carry that power. He's not fought anyone with this sort of, well, it's hard to say skill set of Harley Ben, but because he's had such a limited amateur career. But is Harley's power, is that the factor in this fight? Is that going to be the difference?
It's just Harley being game. He's got a bit of an attitude, a bit of a chip on his shoulder, and I think that's going to be a difference. And Harley don't mind a bit of rough. Listen, he's in our camp. He's got Sonny Liston and Ali sparring. We've got a lot of Billy Rumble's boys coming down for sparring. Spars Ohara, spars Bilal. They give him the rough. So, and even Tom Welland and Jordan have sparred him. The young hard boys. So they're game boys, and I think we're going to have Harley's had a bit of a rougher time than Faizan has, and I think he's just going to get in Faizan's head for the fight. I really do.
You mentioned Ohara Davies there, so it'd be remiss me not to talk about Ohara then. What an opportunity it is for... Exactly, the team has had some great news. I spoke to Ohara Davies last night, and after sort of like, we spoke about the Josh Taylor loss, the Carroll loss, and then the golden contract, winning that, and all just falling away. It seems like, especially after Jack Carroll loss, he sort of like fell by the wayside and people forgot about him. But now he got the Lewis Ritson win, and he's got a shot at the WBA title, so it just means if you stick at it, you'll get the opportunities will come.
Do you know what is? A lot of people have written him off for losing to Taylor and then losing to Carroll, but they're two elite boxers in our country. Like we've had this conversation yesterday. He won the golden contract in great fashion as well. Defeated. Look what he done to Logan Ewan. Logan Ewan was tipped to possibly win that, and he tore him apart. That I got Ohara when he got Jeff Fafori in that, and then I took him from McKenna. We got the golden contract. After that, we didn't get the greatest luck. We were supposed to have Ismael Barroso for the WBA gold over here. I think it's 2 years ago now. Yeah. And then Barroso couldn't get it, so we fought Nicholas Morangi, a very, very tough guy. We got... do you know what it was? Is inactivity. That's what hurt him the most, inactivity. But now we've been good with fights. We had a guy up in Leeds a little while ago, and then we had Newcastle with Lewis Ritson. I think everyone could possibly say Ohara's best performance to date. I think so. I think we've brought out the best in Ohara, not just in fighting, but in his head as well. Like I said, I've talked to him. Don't bother talking to people. Just keep it all quiet. Do it in the ring. Do your job. And listen, I call him humble OD. And a happy Ohara. He's a good Ohara, and he's a world beater. I think we win, regardless of who we get, he wins the world title.
You said regardless of who you get, you're a boxing man. Who do you expect then? Do you expect Rolly or Barroso?
I expect Rolly to stop Barroso. If I'm honest, I do. Listen, 3 years ago, I would have said Barroso, because Barroso's dangerous. He turns it on when he wants, but now Rolly probably stop him, come to us with the confidence. These two have got history as well. I don't know if Ohara spoke about it with you. They've got some serious history, so there's going to be the build-up.
Talk to you about the history then.
There's a good sparring story that we've all been told in the gym. Is that what I told you it, or am I slipping it up?
No, he's told me. I'm just trying to get out of you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, well, from what I know, Ohara stopped Rolly in sparring, so I don't mind saying that. Actually, I'm quite confident because he'll probably do it again in the fight. So, And listen, their press conferences is going to be as bad as these, because they're just going to be at each other. I'm certain. I'm going to try and rein Ohara in as much as possible, but he ain't going to take it off Rowley, no way.
Definitely, that's what I was going to say. My next question was going to be, how do you keep Ohara humble against somebody like Rowley, who we've seen what he was like against Tank in that build-up. So I can only imagine it's going to be almost the same energy against if he does face Ohara Davies.
Yeah, he's going to have the same mentality. Listen, I think them two are very similar. And especially by the way they talk, and they're just going to bite each other, whatever comes out of each other's mouth. They're just going to bite and bite and bite. There's going to be one of them press conferences where the promoter's whoever promotes it is going to try and get a word in, and then just going to snipe at each other across the desk. So, but it's good. It sells. That's what sells. I think a fight like this will bring OD back. I think a lot of people like him after the Ritson fight. I've seen a lot of turn of heads, like people were giving him a good rep again, and I think this will turn his career around. It turns all our lives around. We're working with him, me, Lee, Ohara, Junior, Ian with me, and it will turn everyone's life around, because I do think he wins a world title, 100%.
And then it's only going to be until September. I think it's 120 days from basically now, really, because it's Saturday night, the Romero fight. So September, October time, you could be having a world champion in your stable.
Yeah, listen, it's a funny story, because Ohara was my first ever pro. I got my licence when I was working with Angel Fernandez. First corner I'd done with him was Jeff Fafori. My first ever pro. Imagine getting a world title with him. Great little story, isn't it? I'll probably write a book of that, couldn't I?
Yeah. let OD write it though. That'll be a more fun book. Listen.
His choice of words, yeah. His choice of words would be different, but yeah, it's my first pro, so it'd be a good story.
Listen, I think the sun is still out, so let's go enjoy the Dubai sunshine, and I'll see you tomorrow night, brother. Cheers, man. Thank you.
I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt wins. Right, the bouncer's guilt wins.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,